Hi, I'm Stephen Ham from Archery Supplies. Today I want to talk about shooting in different age groups. So recently I attended the Junior Nationals in Canberra, Australia. This young man from Tasmania came up to me and he said, "I love your videos." And I'm going to say thumbs up to him because it's a really good way to approach someone who's older than you. I didn't know who he was, but he clearly knew who I was. It was very positive. It was very much, "Hi, I really like what you do." Very mature, right? So he came up to me and he said, "Look, I shoot a lot. I'm going to get the numbers wrong, so please forgive me. I shoot about 200 to 300 arrows a day. I shoot every day. I'm committed." He said, "I'm coached by Clint." And he said, "I really want to get to a high level." And this is me, in my words, saying what he said to me, right? So he was shooting an age group higher than what he was. So he could have shot, I think, under 16, but I think he shot under 18 to give himself more challenges. So this got me thinking. I said I will do a video on this because I had to think about it, and so this is me thinking about it and giving my thoughts on the process. So I've been shooting archery for 40 odd years. Okay, I've been junior manager of the ACT team when I was in my early 20s, and now in my 50s of the South Australian team, right? So I've seen a whole bunch of juniors over 40 years, and I've been a junior myself. During this time, I've seen a lot of outstanding junior archers, okay? And when I say outstanding junior archers, I'm talking about junior archers who, as a younger age group, can compete against seniors and win. And the specific people I'm thinking of is Nicole Bartlett from New South Wales and Jackson Fear from New South Wales. These were two outstanding compound archers. So they literally, from the under 12s to the under 18s to the under 21s, and Jackson from recurve, from compound to recurve, literally dominated all their age groups all the way through, and they were very good as senior archers as well, as adult archers. So the question comes, should you shoot up in an age group? So should you shoot in a higher age group because you're giving yourself more challenges, giving yourself more competition, and that sort of stuff? So, and I've seen this many times before. We've had a young junior in this state, South Australia, who was clearly dominant and I'm going to say a larger female. So she shot in the higher age groups to give herself more competition. Okay, this is not a new phenomenon. It's a thing that some coaches will push on you to say, "Look, let's push you to see if you can do better." Now, there has been a whole bunch of juniors around the world who have done extremely well at an adult level, at a young age. There's one in America who won Vegas, a young girl compound shooter, a young boy, Brody, who won Vegas, now maybe twice. I'm going to get it wrong, but these are young juniors winning in the adult age group, okay? There's been young recurve archers, I'm going to say 16 years of age, who've shot in the Olympics, who may not have won gold, but they've done very well, and young Koreans who have done very well, okay? So my first thing I think about when I think about this is I think, what are you trying to achieve? Do you want to be, at the age of 14 or 12 or 13 or 16, the best adult archer in Australia or in the world? What is your goal? Right, so that's my first thing. What's your personal goal? What do you want to be? And you're going to say, "Well, I want to be the best in the world." Okay, because that's generally where people come from. For me, I'm like, I want to win the club championship, or I have smaller goals, or I want to shoot a record, right? So people have goals. And also, if you're over 50 or over 60 or over 70, you can shoot in open. So you can shoot down age groups, okay, to give yourself more competition. And I do that at a national, so I either shoot compound and recurve, or I shoot plus 50s and open, okay? So I'll do that pretty much most years. So you've got to think about what you're trying to achieve. That's the first thing I want to say. Now, thinking about what you want to achieve, so if you want to be the best, it's not going to happen unless you're shooting the scores of the best archers. Because it doesn't matter who you're competing against. If you're competing against, 3 other archers, it doesn't matter what they score, it matters what you score. Unless you're shooting those scores to be the best in the world, you're not the best in the world, so you might as well compete against those people. That's what I think, okay? Because I think in the process, I had a junior who I coached in my club, Western Valley Archery Club. He was the best under 12, he was the best under 14, he was the best under 16, he was the best under 18, and maybe the best under 21 on the way through. Okay, he was always the best. And that was the thing, he was the person to beat every year from ACT. I had a recurve archer who was in the under 14s, not the best, but then when he moved into the under 16s, he was the best, and under 18s was the best. So at no stage did I suggest to shoot in open. At no stage did I. Now these 2 juniors at the time, one of them did go through to shoot like Olympic style, and I say for the Australian team, but he won nationals as open. But again, it goes to what you want to achieve. For me, I like the idea of shooting a record. I like the idea of being the best that there has been. Now, you may not achieve that, but it's very cool if you can. If you can say, actually, I'm the best person of under 14 that there has been. So this young man from Tasmania, there was Australian records up for grabs at this Nationals because these rounds had not been shot before. And if he would have won that age category, let's say the under 14s, then he would have got an Australian record. Australian records are hard to get because you get one chance a year to do it at the national championships, and so he would have got one if he won the under 14s, right? So I say, my view is, you're best to shoot in your age category to start with. Then if you think you've got a chance of winning the higher age categories, so like for the national indoor championships, you can shoot in multiple age categories because you can say, I'm going to shoot in a under 14 category, and then I can shoot in an under 16 or an under 18 or an open. I can shoot twice. Or maybe you can shoot 3 times depending where you are, right? Look at the age categories that are available to you and go, where do I have the best chance of winning? Okay, that's my view. Like we had 2 juniors in our state who shot recurve, and from my mathematics they would have won under 14, they won under 16. They also would have won under 18 and under 21, because the under 21 person would say, well, I wasn't there, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But the scores that were presented on the days, they would have shot higher, okay? Now I'm saying they should have shot in their age categories under 16, but if they've got a chance of shooting in the higher categories, under 18, under 21, they should. Now they're probably going to shoot open, because they're probably interested to see where they rate in the state or nationally against all the archers, okay? But I'm going to say, well, against all the archers in Australia, they might be top 12. They might be top 13. They might be top 10. But in under 18, they might be first. So, and at the end of the day, it gets back to shooting more arrows. So you go and shoot your score, and your aim is to shoot, I'm going to say your best, but to be of a world-class archer. So these 2 young men, they're currently 13 and 14. To be competitive at a world stage, I'm talking about indoors here, score of 290s puts you there, right? So their aim surely is to shoot a high 280s. And if they can push into the 290s, thumbs up, that's amazing shooting. So my view is it doesn't really matter what age group you shoot in. Your aim is to go there and shoot a score, and if you get a couple of medals, well and good, thumbs up. For me, I don't remember many shoots I shoot in that I don't get a medal. And I don't mean that in a bad way or a good way. It's just there's so many shoots, it's just all a blur to me. So when I get a medal, I sometimes remember it. I'm like, oh, okay, I remember that shoot. It was raining and it was really cold, or it was really hard, or light, or I shot with this person. But when you've been shooting for 40 odd years and you shoot lots of tournaments, they kind of tend to fade unless there's something memorable in it. Like I shot in Sydney and a Nationals and it was horrific, and I'm like, I never want to go back to Sydney again in my lifetime. And that could just be my mindset. And it's absolutely my mindset, but I'm like, that was terrible, a terrible experience. I don't ever want to go through that again, because that was worse than torture. Whether I should or shouldn't, that's another question. But I definitely didn't enjoy the whole thing. I just wanted to go home and cry. But my thing to take from it, there's going to be a lot of people who say, look, you should shoot in the higher age groups, because it puts you under more pressure, more competition, because if you win under 14s, you'll win it easy, and under 16 you're shooting against higher class of archers, which will push you more and push you towards shooting a higher score. Yes, absolutely, that can occur, and it does occur for me. My best score in the last year was at the Nationals. Okay, that's where I shot my best scores. I didn't shoot the scores prior to the Nationals like that, and I haven't shot the scores since then, although I did last week at home. Alright, so, but that's a once off. But at the Nationals I actually shot really well. So sometimes you will shoot your best at a Nationals, okay? But my thing is, take it in, and if you can shoot a record, you can judge yourself on the score you shoot against the kids who have shot before you, because there's a record there for it. And you can go, I could have got that record, or I'm 10 points off that record. It's a marker for you to go, look, this is the best that there's been, and here's how I went. So that's my 2 bobs worth, and I would enjoy the process if you are the best on the way through. So we've got a young under 14 recurve shooter in this state who did particularly well in the Nationals, who won in the Nationals. I would suggest for him in the coming national championships to shoot in his category under 14 and try and win again. And then I would say, well, in the under 16s, you've got potentially two archers who are better than you, because you know them, and so you've got the chance of maybe a bronze. Maybe you'll beat one of them because they'll have a bad day or something will happen, right? But in the under 18 category, you might have a go at that, because the scores, so you go there and you go and see what the scores are shot last year and where they kind of rate, and where you've got a chance of picking up 2 medals. Because if you can go, look, actually I can pick up the under 21 medal, or I can pick up the under 18 medal, then you get 2 medals for the one event, and that's kind of cool, because you can say in 2025 or 2024 I won the under 14s and the under 18s. That's cool. It's a good achievement. You can go, yay, I shot well, and you know, you've got 2 attempts to shoot your best. Anyway, so I'm going to leave you with that. I have known archers to shoot up in age groups, and I don't know if it's such a good idea. I think you're better to have success, to have the feeling of success, to have the feeling that I did really well and this is something I'm good at. The one thing I'm going to take out of archery and my involvement in archery for all these years is I like twanging arrows. I like shooting arrows. Calms my brain down. I feel good when I do it. Physically, it makes me stronger. And I like helping people shoot arrows, right? I like seeing people shoot well. So when I have people come in my shop, you see them shoot, you teach them how to shoot, or you set up their gear, and hopefully they leave happy. Okay? So, and I think, well, this is how you get people in the sport. It's how you grow the clubs. And that's why you do this. You don't do this to make money. You don't have an archery shop to make money, because you don't make money. You don't do the sport of archery to make money, because good luck making money from archery. You do it because you enjoy it. Okay, that's my thing on it. And if you have success in the under 12s and under 14s, it's a feeling that you will take. And you'll say, well, I had success there in this part of my life, and it was a feeling I enjoyed. Maybe I'll have success in the under 14s, maybe I'll have success in the under 18s, maybe I'll have success in the adult age group. Maybe I'll just enjoy the social shooting with friends. Okay? Coming down to a shoot and talking about whatever's going on and the whole just shooting arrows. Maybe I'll enjoy that. Take the enjoyment from it, take the whole friendship of it. But I'm going to say thumbs up to the young man from Tasmania. Very positive to come up to people, and he was very positive on the range, very positive to other archers, very mature, and just hats off to him. And yeah, like, I appreciate what he did, and that's excellent, but it's not what I would recommend a junior to do. I would say you go there and you win that, and you try and get the record, and you try and be the best under 14 or under 16 or under 18 that there's ever been. You try and get all the records. You try and be the best, and then maybe you're going to be the best in against New Zealand versus Australia, and then maybe you're going to be the best in Vegas. Maybe you can beat all the under 14s in the world. That would be my take on it. And then when you go up, you try and repeat it again. So I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thanks for watching. Bye.